Can this thing play this? Well, no, it can't play obscure ROM hacks made for the Game Boy Advance, but it can possibly play games made for this, the Game Boy Color. In today's video, we're going to be finding out if it can play the classic Pokemon Red. The TI-89 actually has a better processor than the Game Boy Color, so it should be able to run it. Now you're probably wondering how I'm planning to do this without an official port. Well, the answer as always is emulation. I couldn't find or afford the original cable, so I'm using this cable from my printer. It's a mini USB to USB cable. And after a great deal of effort, I finally managed to get the cable into the calculator. I remember putting all my notes for the SAT on this calculator years ago, but we're gonna have to delete all that in order to free up memory on the device. And we're really going to need to have as much memory as possible, because I'm guessing this calculator will barely have enough. And I'm even going to reset the entire operating system and just hope nothing bad happens. Just going to plug the USB into my keyboard. So we're going to be using this emulator from 2005. Here we're going to be using a run command that converts the ROM into files that will work on the calculator. This program won't detect the TI-89 for some reason. Okay, I finally got it to convert all my files, and it's only 3 AM, so I have everything I need to run this game. First, we need to run HW3 patch in order to unlock the memory in the calculator. Okay, that worked fine. Okay, moment of truth, guys. Let's see if this works. Okay, we got red. And, oh wow, okay, the game is actually loading. That's insane. Game Freak. The screen is a little bit smaller than an actual Game Boy, height-wise, so we're gonna need a little tool that moves it up and down. I'm guessing that's in the emulator somewhere. But look at that, guys. Isn't that crazy? Pokemon Red on a 20-year-old calculator. And it's actually not running too bad, and I also figured out how to move it up and down. Okay, so we'll be starting a new game, and I believe you have to press here in order to get it to start. Okay. Alright, Professor Oak. Okay, that text is super slow. It's going at like 3 or 4 FPS. Yeah, it's I think I'm gonna have to like speed up this gameplay a bit. Okay guys, I had to speed up the intro part because it was just too unbearably slow. And you can see that even at 10 times speed, it's actually not that fast. And yeah, he's asking what my name is. I just chose Red. Okay, and he's introducing Gary. And oh yeah, don't you guys think it's really funny that he's like, oh yeah, what's my grandson's name again? He forgot his own grandson's name, and he's asking you for help. But yeah, enough of that. The game is actually finally starting. Okay, to be fair, movement is not that bad. Let's try playing the NES, and this was a mistake because it was a slideshow and I had to speed it up. So as usual, we're gonna go downstairs and talk to our mom. And yeah, this is another mistake because all text in this game apparently is about 2 or 3 frames per second. Movement actually isn't too bad. You can move around pretty freely, but it's just whenever you talk to someone or it opens up a menu or something, then that's when the game just slows down to 2 or 3 frames per second. And here I am trying to change something. And yeah, this is like normal speed. Here's actually a good demonstration of what the normal speed is like, because look at this. It's just basically a slideshow, one single letter at a time, and it's just so delayed and laggy. It's basically unplayable. Honestly, guys, I mean, it's really hard to play, but let's just at least, do a few battles and see what it's like. So yeah, here we're gonna choose our starter Pokemon. And yeah, apparently he was a serious trainer and now he only has 3 Pokemon left, but we can choose one of them. So yeah, we're gonna go through all of them. Here's no, this is Squirtle actually. And yeah, apparently it sprays foam from its mouth. This is Charmander. I think he's like by far the most popular one that most people pick, to be honest. And yeah, Bulbasaur. I'm just gonna pick Charmander because he's what I got in Fire Red, and that was my first Pokemon game. I never actually played any of the original games, but I guess most people haven't either, to be honest. And yeah, and let's just give it the name TI Calculator because we are playing it on a TI calculator. And yeah, Blue picks the Squirtle because he's an asshole. And then our first battle starts. This is regular speed, so it's a complete slideshow, but it will actually be pretty interesting to see what it looks like. Okay, so far not too bad. Okay, yeah, now it's a slideshow. It's pretty unbearable. Everything is rendering at like 2 or 3 frames per second at the max. And I'm just gonna have to speed this part up, I think. So yeah, Blue sends out a Squirtle, I send out my Charmander, and we're gonna have a battle. And apparently his first attack missed. Can somebody in the comments actually tell me if the first attack is supposed to intentionally miss or not? Is this fight completely scripted? Can you actually lose this fight, is what I'm wondering. Because I actually got a bunch of critical hits in this fight that were also really suspicious. So I wonder if it actually is scripted or not. But yeah, the rest of the fight was pretty standard. I mean, I just used the scratch and he just used whatever. And after a certain period of time, his HP went down and I won the fight. So yeah, I think my last attack was also another critical hit. And yeah, even at 10 times speed, it's actually pretty slow. But yeah, I actually got him down. And I think he gained a level. TI Calculator became level 6. And our rival is a sore loser as usual after every battle. I'll make my Pokemon fight to the death to toughen them up, is what he said. Okay, so we can finally leave Pallet Town. And I actually really don't want to get wild Pokemon. Oh. So yeah, I have to pretty much speed all of these battles up for you guys because just something like this is a 5-minute ordeal for me. And I guess I shouldn't be complaining too much because it is actually almost miraculous that this calculator from over 20 years ago is running Pokemon Red on a full Game Boy emulator. But the fact of the matter is that it isn't very fun to play. And I suppose my expectations going in were just a little bit higher. I thought I would actually be able to, at least play this game at like half FPS and just complete the game or something. And yeah, I got another encounter here. And the reason I didn't run away from this encounter is actually because I wanted to test if I could catch the Pokemon. But it turns out that you don't get any Pokeballs by default in their original games. So I just had to, kill the Pokemon. By the way, guys, the screen on the TI-89 isn't actually too bad for playing games. I would say it's only a little bit worse than the original Game Boy. The aspect ratio is really flawed though because of the height. So that's the main issue that you're gonna have. Okay, I'm almost out of here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So yeah, by this point I had just completely given up any hope at, trying to play this game. So I just wanted to end this encounter as quickly as possible. I just ran away and I got away successfully, so yeah. Is this a Pokemon Mart? I think it is, yeah. Alright, for some reason, he's just telling me about the Pokemon Center instead of selling me stuff. I don't know why that is. Have you guys ever wondered why everyone is just so chill with you entering their house as a complete stranger in Pokemon? The crime rates must be non-existent in the Pokemon universe, to be completely honest. Okay, and a girl just told me to get lost right after I said that. Okay guys, I think I'm going to end the video here. This is a very interesting experiment, and I am surprised that we even got Pokemon to run on this calculator. But I would not recommend anyone to actually do it just because it's not very fun. If you liked the video, give me a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more.